record-breaking temperatures on the day of the 2012 Boston Marathon make it one of the hottest in the history of the race. Right here is where I crossed the finish line. The entire reason I'm able to say I earned this medal is because I'm dedicated to going the extra mile in my work. 20 miles, no big deal. That's why, right? At one point, I heard him say, "Don't let the blonde reporter beat us."
Why?
When you're in the business of storytelling, you have to be creative. That's why I've created this video resume.
I'm gonna make you love me.
I'm Melanie Pellowski.
Melanie Pellowski has more.
I'm Melanie Pellowski, and I'm now going to take you on a tour, through some of the things I've accomplished in my professional travels so far. I grew up in New Jersey and graduated Phi Beta Kappa from Douglas College, Rutgers University in 2005. Just because I didn't go to MIT doesn't mean I can't like math.
American history and practical.
I minored in mathematics and theater arts and majored in American studies.
Hi, I'm Raya Silversmith.
And I'm Melanie Pellowski. I was a member of the sorority Alpha Chi Omega, and I worked for the Rutgers University Television Network as a host, producer, and writer. So take a look at the trailer. During my senior year, I interned for Conan O'Brien, who was born right here in Brookline, Massachusetts. Right after graduation, I worked in New York City for the national news magazine program Inside Edition. I always had a thing for American history, so it made sense to hop up the East Coast just a bit to a city filled with all kinds of it. It was here in Boston where I earned a master's degree in broadcast journalism from this fancy establishment, Boston University.
Melanie Pellowski is a student reporter at Boston University.
While in grad school, my segment on backyard ice rinks earned me a live appearance on MSNBC.
What about the neighbors? And they're, I'm sure, weighing in on this. How do they feel about it?
Well, actually, most of the neighbors are over at their other neighbor's house ice skating. A lot of the owners that I spoke with have extra ice skates in their basement. They're inviting their whole neighborhood over. I paid my dues interning for Neighborhood Network News. Team 5 investigates at the ABC Boston affiliate WCVB-TV. I organized a live congressional debate for Newsnight with Jim Browdy at New England Cable News. All the while covering campus stories for VUTV 10 News and co-producing an independent documentary on the topic of forgiveness. I co-created a video entertainment network for the web that featured Boston's best and most affordable finds. And I worked as a social media producer for the entertainment show Backstage, which aired on CN8, the Comcast network. Since then, I've been covering all kinds of stories in sports, entertainment, and lifestyle news. My piece on Boston boxing and fitness aired in the pilot episode of VJ I Am TV, which launched in over 50 million households nationwide back in 2008. As a video journalist, I also joined a dragon boat team on the Charles River and tried my hand at glass blowing. My colleague and I stood on this corner every day interviewing Red Sox fans about the latest news in baseball. Our fan-heavy concept generated great interest from local sports networks like Comcast Sportsnet, WEEI, and NESN. I've contacted NESN about covering more on the Red Sox and New England high school sports, but
The number you have dialed is not in service.
I'm guessing their phone and internet connection must be down because I'm still waiting for the callback. Hello? Although I did co-host a boxing special that aired on the New England Sports Network. I just finished up my 4th season working as a reporter, producer, and editor on the high school sports program Varsity Life, which airs on Cox Sports New England.
Let's get together before we get much older.
I've also worked for Cox Sports on the program Talkin' Paw Sox, which covered the ins and outs of the entire Red Sox farm system. It was right here outside of Fenway Park where I interviewed the great American storyteller, documentary filmmaker, Ken Burns. With all those changes, have your personal feelings as a fan changed at all?
No, I mean, it was such a great relief to win in 2004, and I think for a lot of Red Sox fans, they kind of worried and said, boy, you know, am I going to love the game the same way? And I told my wife when they won, I said, I'll never have to worry again. And then, of course, the next season, you know, they lose a game in spring training, and I'm going, how come they lost?
I field produced and hosted an Emmy-winning special on the Rhode Island National Guard Open House and Hair Show. I worked as a color analyst for state cheerleading competitions, hosted the red carpet arrivals for the Rhode Island High School Sports Awards 2 years in a row. And despite my fear of heights, went all the way up to 4,000 feet in the air in a hot air balloon as a co-host of the local travel show, Northeast Adventures. I acted as the New England host of the national travel show, Best of the Northeast, which featured the bar where everybody knows your name, among other interesting business sites. I've covered football, soccer, basketball, hockey, cheerleading, swimming, baseball, softball, golf, track, marathon running, surfing, all while sharing human interest stories and having fun in the process. Which brings me to my most recent media endeavor, where Red Sox Nation helped me beat out over 22,000 national applicants to become a top 50, then top 30 finalist in the MLB Fan Cave contest. I was the only Red Sox fan to make it that far in the running, and since I've already got the sneakers, I'd like to pick up the pace all along the East Coast. The next steps in my path will bring me to New York, where I can find new adventures in storytelling. I'm Melanie Pellowski. I'm Melanie Pellowski. I'm Melanie Pellowski. Thanks for watching. Ready? Wait.
Like a fool, I went and stayed too long.
What happened to this?
Now I'm wondering if your lust is
Jump on the
strong. Ooh, baby, here I
Resume.
am, signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours.
I'm gonna like slide on down.
Then at the time when he said goodbye,
There goes my only friend.
now I'm back and not ashamed
You're
to
right.
cry.
I can do it. I'm the king of the world.
Signed, sealed,
Again.
delivered.
I feel like a Russian ice cream. Kids today don't know what they're missing out on.
You got the future in your hands. Oh,
Thanks. I made that t-shirt. You like it? Confused.
signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours.
All right.
I've done a lot of foolish things.
And golf.
that I really
Yoga and a dream.
didn't.
Oh, that's so cool. Oh, that's sunny. Does it look right? Oh. Can you see this giant stain?
Does
that make sense?
In this old
Wait.
world,
Oh my god, these things smell so bad.
nothing goes.
That looks cool. I can just roll backwards. That works. That's why I created this video. Resume. Boom. I'm Melanie Pellowski. I'm Melanie Pellowski. I want to be like, I'm Melanie Pellowski. You might remember me from certain scenarios, like jumping out of a tree.
That's why I know you're my one